Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to another video. If you're not subscribed, hit that button. Today we're going to be talking about 5 pieces of life advice from the Quran. So let's jump right into it. Advice number 1. Think before you speak. Now we have several places in the Quran that talk about refraining from ill speech and the way we talk. Let's take a look at one of those places.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون.
So those who have succeeded are those who turn away from ill speech. We also have a hadith from the Prophet that says to speak good or to remain silent. So we have to think before we speak. Is what we're about to say good? Is it beneficial? Or might it cause some harm? Obviously, if we are seeking justice, then we should speak up. But if you're just going to sit and hang around with your friends and talk about your other friends that's not there, or talk about the classmate in school or your colleague at work, then it's not really that beneficial. Advice number 2. Don't be arrogant.
ولا تصعر خدك للناس ولا تمش في الأرض مرحا إن الله لا يحب كل مختال فخور.
Now, arrogance can do so much harm, and there's different reasons people start to become arrogant. Some people might feel like they have a certain family name and therefore they're better than others, or a certain amount of wealth, or a certain amount of fame that makes them look down upon others. And the first one we know to show arrogance is Iblis. When Allah commanded him to prostrate to Adam, he said, I'm better than him. You created me from fire and you created him from clay. So he refused to prostrate to him. Arrogance brings harm because once you think you are better than others, it affects the way you treat people, the way you act towards people, and the kindness that you show others. We have to always remember where we came from and that we are the same as everyone else. And anything that we have that might be better than someone else's is not from us, but from Allah. So we have to remember that and humble ourselves and be grateful and not be arrogant. Advice number 3. Do not spend extravagantly. Now we have a couple of places in the Quran that talk about extravagance. Let's take a look at
ولا تجعل يدك مغلولة إلى عنقك ولا تبسطها كل البسط فتقعد ملوما محسورا.
Now Islam tells us not to be stingy and not spend anything, and at the same time not to spend extravagantly. We need to be in the middle, somewhere moderate. Now we fall into the trap nowadays of portraying our lives to be of a certain level, having that certain house, that fancy car, carrying a brand bag. And it's not because we necessarily need it, but it's because we want others to see it. Which brings us back to the earlier point. Don't be arrogant and show off with what you have. Don't spend extravagantly. Spend within your means. Spend moderately. Spend humbly. Do you really need that brand bag? Do you really need that fancy car? Advice number 4. There's no compulsion in religion.
لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم.
Now this is another very important one. We are not supposed to force people into our religion. Everyone has their choice and we should respect that and so treat them with respect and kindness. And this also applies to our very own religion. People within our religion, how many times do we see Muslims judging each other and claiming that, oh, you're not a good Muslim, oh, look what she's wearing, why do you dress like that, why do you wear hijab like that? You think people don't realize how they dress and that they don't have hijab on their heads? They know that already. And the only thing we do with these comments at them is push them even further away. And we are very quick to judge and realize other people's flaws, but very slow to realize our own flaws. Number 5, Do not get angry.
الذين ينفقون في السراء والضراء والكاظمين الغيظ والعافين عن الناس والله يحب المحسنين.
We have in the Quran mentioned several times that restraining anger is important. We also have a hadith where someone came to the Prophet asking him for advice, and the advice the Prophet ﷺ gave him was don't be angry. And then he asked for more advice and repeatedly asked for more and more advice, and the Prophet repeated, do not get angry, do not get angry. So this is a very, very important point. And from the Sunnah, we also find advice on how to manage your anger. We are told that if you are in a certain position, change that position. So for example, if you're standing, then sit down. If you're sitting, then lie down, change the position you're on. We're also told go and make wudu when you're angry, because water helps to wash away and calm down that anger. We're also told to stay silent when we're angry. Don't act or speak when you're angry, because those actions you might regret later. So think about it, calm down and then react later. And that's it. Those are the 5 important life lessons from the Quran. I hope that was beneficial, and let's try to implement these lessons, inshallah, into our everyday life. Assalamu alaikum.